Chris Coverness, my friends call me Kubby, and you're probably wondering why I'm talking to you from a sauna. Well, every day-ish, I do an Instagram video where I give people tips on marketing, social media, and business. And today's tip was make your customers sweat. And that's why I'm sitting in a sauna, because I'm sweating. And I want to have a Facebook video that extends that thought so that people that couldn't get all the value that they wanted in that 18-second could actually get a little bit more. So here's my extended version of that Instagram video. And when it comes to making your customers sweat or potential customers sweat, what I mean by that is people like to work for things. People like to have to sweat. They like to stand in lines, actually, that go down the block for some hot new product, because it makes them feel special. It makes them feel good that they accomplished something because they were able to get that product. Now, you could argue that, well, that product demand was there, that Apple created that product demand, and of course they did. They have the hottest shit on the planet. But you can also create that demand. You control the flow of your content or your product or your services or whatever it is. So you're in charge of the supply and not necessarily the demand, but you can create that demand by restricting the supply. Good example of this is De Beers and diamonds. So De Beers basically owns all the diamonds on the planet, and they restrict the supply, increasing the demand or increasing the price on diamonds. Now, there's a little bit of a myth that diamonds are rare and it's hard to find them, and that's actually not true. That was actually a kind of a myth created by the De Beers Corporation. And actually, even before the 1930s, I believe, engagement rings, for example, weren't even a thing. But De Beers created a marketing campaign and a demand for people to buy engagement rings for the person that they wanted to marry. And actually even created the whole slogan or the tagline, you have to spend 2 months' salary on an engagement ring diamond. So they actually created the demand and created the market for a product. And I think that as marketers, we can either react to market demands or we can create them. And this is a super important thing to figure out. How can you create demand? How can you create need? You can also, if you restrict supplies on certain things, if you say we only have a limited amount of this, or you can only buy these services for this particular amount of time, then you can create that demand. And that's something that you need to work with. You need to find out where are the breaking points. How much can we restrict? How much can we let into the market in order to create that? And the other sort of tips that I wanted to give you today in the Facebook fan page here is when you can actually falsify a little bit of things. And when I say falsify, I'm not talking about sort of doing unethical things when it comes to marketing. I'm talking about, creating a perception of how much a product is hot or not, and how much, demand there is in the market. For example, Christmas time is just here, and there's always some hot product on the market that everybody's trying to get their hands on, and you can create that sort of demand by doing a lot of publicity, doing a lot of social media, getting the product out in places where people review things, to increase that awareness, increase that need, and then restrict the supply. We've seen this many years for like Tickle Me Elmo dolls back in the 90s, and Buzz Lightyear dolls after Toy Story came out, and Woody dolls after Toy Story came out. And this just drummed up hype. This drummed up more press because people were covering news of that product not being around. And you can do the same. You can, for example, if you're running a startup for software, you can do an invitation only sort of thing. You can also, only a limited amount of people are let in. Only people with a certain number of social followers are allowed in. Things like this can really create buzz and create demand for your product. So think about how you can do these things, and I hope you have a great day and enjoy some awesome marketing. See ya.